Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Fabula Vault, where my name is Josh. I am also known as Voices in the Dungeon on my channel. The Fabula Vault, if you're not familiar with it, is a streaming platform where I play JRPGs I've never played before, despite being a connoisseur of retro JRPGs, because I do content for a TTRPG that's called a TTJRPG called Fabula Ultima, where it has a lot of inspirations from games such as Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy, Legend of Dragoon, Secret of Mana, Sudoku, you name it, they've probably had some sort of influence. But outside my introduction, thanks for coming back. I already see there's some people saying hello. It is time to save time. I can agree more. Mandatory fun time. And hello, Ungwelly Orc. How are you? I just remembered I said I was going to probably do this in advance before I streamed, but unfortunately I had a work call come in and it distracted me. So I still got to go figure out where to get mid potions again, if possible. And I still have to go to the castle to go talk to the cook, because I died and I wasn't prepped for the fight. And we learned in one of our first experiences as a multi-part boss, that is a very popular thing to use in Fabula Ultima with bosses, where you scale out not only one part of possibly their body, but another piece, or you could look at it like being a octopus or something with claws. One claw could be one scaled monster stat, another claw could be in another, and then you have the main in the middle. It's a lot of creativity you can do. Oh snap, old SNES fights can be brutal. Yep, especially when you don't remember to save long before. Also, my apologies, I might be moving around a bit. That's fine. Let me turn my fan on first. I don't know if anyone else is having this awesome heat wave in the United States, but here in Oklahoma, it is 93 out at 6 p.m. in March, which is insane. So I gotta get some air. Fan is on. How are you doing today, Mandatory Fun Time? I already forgot how to get to the basement. That's right. And hope you don't mind me not doing the voicing right now. I've already been through this. I'm just trying to get back in ahead of the game. Yeah, it's 70 degrees here, even though it snows on Monday and Tuesday. It was 24 degrees Fahrenheit on Monday. It was below freezing, and now we've had 2 days of 92 and 96 degree heat. It is it's record heat and unheard of. Oh, I guess I didn't talk to everyone because he didn't stop me. I also didn't realize they were brothers, so one has a half French chef accent, and then the brother is more of regal English knight. So that's what I get for assuming. Mind your own business. What do you know of it anyway? Grumble, grumble. Okay. Let's try again. Wait! I'm doing better. I have a weird stomach ache going on at the moment. I was able to go outside and enjoy the weather, though, cleaning and reorganizing my patio. Hey, glad to hear you were able to get some constructive things done the way. It's always nice when you're able to clear the patio out and everything is kind of just ready to relax in. Salandra, how are you? Here on Monday we had state lows with horrific blizzards and now it's in the 60s. Yeah, it's insane. I'm doing okay. Still recovering a bit from my surgery. Majority of my pain's gone, with an exception of a few little areas of just pinpoint where the stitching and stuff happened. But overall, I'm all right. Tell him he better come back alive. Dun, 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 dun. Why did I do that? You fiends. Still can't remember. Where in the world to get mid potions at? I went through so much time. Yeah, I'm glad it went well. Yeah, it would. I mean, it still sucked for a while. It was a decent amount of pain, but enough to at least get up and make myself move around and stuff, prevent any blood clots or anything like that. Hopefully, I'm ahead of that now. How are all your folks? I know you said you're doing well, but how's everyone's weekend going for them so far? I appreciate you hopping in and saying hello. I don't even think I can get back. Oh, Truce Canyon. There we go. That's where I meant to be, because I think that's where I came in from the portal. Oh. My guess is Medina 1000 AD, but honestly, I'm just guessing because it's the most recent play. That's what I was. Yeah, I'm thinking 1000 as well because 1000 was actually, was it 1000 or 600? Because 1000, the monsters wouldn't trade to me. Hey, how's it going, Zenfire Gaming? Oh, I'm glad to be the answer to your doom scrolling, at least for the period of time. But if I'm not remembering correctly, the 600 AD is when they, well, that's here, right now. Yeah, maybe it was Medina 1000. Like, I just try and remember where I bought because everyone was like not selling to me. Was it the prototype? No. Lean Square. Let's try that. No, it's the criminal ground where I got set up for fraudulent crimes. You're in 600, 1000 is the present. Medina is just east of your home. Okay. So I shall go to Medina. As long as Marl is in purgatory, our crimes cannot expand in this world. All right, I'll sell. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, because we beat him up. Whoa, that is some expensive. Yeah, not buying from these guys. I have a sense. There's a little sense of racial favoritism here. I think I'm gonna charge humans the going rate. Okay, so maybe not Medina. Oh wow, many Melkori on the silent sells them for less. I'm gonna try Lean Square. I don't know why, because that's like the first place we were at, but there we go. Some 100 G mid potions. Do not have any the waters though to revive. Hey, how's it doing, Erica? Okay. Well, at least I've got sustainable potions now. As far as the Revivify waters, though, I don't know if those are accessible for purchase yet. Forgot to get a drink before I started. Well, some of the people in here are the old suspects from last time. I'm still trying to reform from my unfortunate failures on the bridge. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Let's save. 'Cause I don't want to do that again. Here's your food. Lord Chrono, what word? Give him the food? Yes. Food! He brought us food! It was my brother? I see, he saved us all! How are you both you guys doing tonight, Zenfire and Erica? Salandra. I mean, that's kind of how it goes. You know, you don't know what the enemy has in store for you the first time, so it's understandable if you fail. Then you prep and win this second time. Yeah, I agree. I'm more just disappointed. I guess it wasn't that far from saving, but I felt like it was. Like I'm not much of a save scummer or anything like that, but I've been conditioned from Final Fantasy games to, if you see a save point or have an opportunity outside a new area, you save. That's why I study the action in FU. The study is actions. I agree, and I wish my players would actually use use it more, because it gives them, valuable information. Magus' troops have launched their attack. Our defenses will not hold. You are Knights of Guardia. Defend the honor of your order and drive the enemy back whence it came. But we are far outnumbered. Sinfire says, trying to finish the Dungeon Explorer module, but I'm a perfectionist. That's, I'm not familiar with that module, but at the same time, I gave up being a perfectionist long ago. If you could do it, great. But I started, I just got to a point where, I remember probably the last thing I tried to do a full perfect run on was one of the Batman, like Arkham Asylum or something like that. Very well, my lord. Meanwhile, I'm just breaking my shadow module. Hey, you can't build it to be better without maybe breaking a few things every now and then. I can't remember exactly the voice I did for him, but I am Ozzy, one of Lord Magus' 3 generals, and to his enemies I grant death. Go, my children, take them to their graves. Now, what did we learn? Rave magic, also known lasers, do dark damage, and skeletons eat dark damage. It's nom nom to them. Yeah, crit that big boy. Stronger than I thought. Alright. I'm actually going to pause real quick to grab a beverage. Sorry about that, folks. I meant to come in prepared, but I forgot. Give me one moment. All right, I'm back. Thank you guys for your patience. Ooh, I'm not looking here. We have closed the distance. Seems I misjudged you the first time, but I won't do that twice. Skeletons! I know you're talking to Zenfire, but I'm going to be positive and say, hey, at least it's only errors and 0 warnings. Warnings sound worse than errors, right? No, that's not right. That's the other way around. I'm just trying to be a piece of optimism, Erica. Slay them all. Ow. Well, I do not like that. He can cast lightning. So, quick question actually for you folk, and I'm not normally one to... I mean, spoilers are kind of... I don't even know if it's really metagaming this, but I guess so, whatever. These capsules, like the strength and speed capsules, should I be holding on to those for more opportune times? Magic. Drat. Question, can I go outside here and save before I... When I was younger, I used to hoard those permanent boosts so they became pointless. Spend them. Okay, cool. Solange says, I guess that's up to you. Chrono is my favorite guy, so I always put them on all of them, but basically it helps you min-max your favorite characters. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you. So, not on Marl. Alright, I'm gonna do a little experimentation and leave and save here and see if... when I come back in, if I have to go through that entire fight again, or if it's right at the end there. Doesn't sound like it, which is good. I'm learning. That's it. This time you're finished. I mean it. You cannot win. Surrender at once. I don't know how I went song-wise with that. Just started Dragon Quest at 1 Remake, and it's so much easier to spend those permanent boosts with one protagonist. I've never played Dragon Quest either, man. I am so out of pocket of even claiming I'm a JRPG supporter. Go, Zombor! Crush Lord Magus' enemies! Okay. Now, I forgot which one is susceptible to fire. Okay. Right, the Nards. Okay. Okay. Are you cheering for Zombor? Not the multi-target. Yeah. Oh. He is cooking me while I'm just reading. Just keep igniting the lower region. Yeah. Zombor deserves respect. All right. No, not multi-hit, darn it. That's what I get for... Death! Death! Haha, you got no legs. Well, that sucks. Well, bye, Chrono. Okay. I like the casual jogging over to them to punch them. I'm being cautious here, believing the melee is actually doing some decent damage. So, for some of you who've actually ran Fabula Ultima, how often do you do multi-part enemies? Oh, nope, do not do that. Yeah. Not as often as I probably should. I've only done one so far. I have yet to do any to my memory, but I do want to do one soon. Solange says, I'm going to do my first next set. Nice. Do you have it fully planned out yet, or? Zenfire says, very seldom do. To be honest, I do it when I would surprise my players, and it's always pre-planned. Yeah, I mean, that's a multi-part monster definitely needs a little bit of planning to him, at least I think. What a dick move. It just steals my MP before it dies. I've been running Nimble currently. What's Nimble? Man, I had just realized how much like farmer's tan I got going on here. Zombor has been defeated. My only one so far was a hyperspace dragon, though, so that's cool. Thanks to your aid, we were able to defend the bridge, but unless we defeat mages, it is an empty victory. Yep, it's a big wind wolf that will also be the source of my Arcanist next Arcana. Nice, that's cool. Save. It started as a D&D 5e time hack to make things faster. However, the creator did a Kickstarter and made it its own system. Oh, cool. I'll check into that. Zenfire says, if you all saw that burning city with that giant mech thing in the showcase, that was the second phase of the epic battle. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, for anyone who is watching this stream at a later time, if you haven't joined the Project FU Discord, you can find that link on two of my videos, my Foundry VTT video and my most recent Elite Villain video, but there's been some cool showcases from both Erica and Zenfire in those, and a lot of great help with people regarding Foundry. Mandatory fun. In combat, you don't roll d20, you roll your weapon die, and if it rolls a 1, it's a miss. If it's the max damage, then you explode and roll another one. Oh, that's cool. So it kind of chains. Welcome, what can I do for you? Oh, some Athenian water. There's also cool reactions everyone can do, so the tank player really does feel like a tank. Cool. I'll have to check that out. I'm always happy to do anything that will improve the inefficiencies of Jeremy Crawford in 5e. It's locked, but it's shiny.
Mother says I'm not to play outside because it's dangerous with all the monsters.
I'm so bored.
Oh, where could Sir Cyrus be? Surely he hasn't deserted the kingdom.
Talk to you, old miss.
They say Fiend Lord is the master of the arcane magic of old. The cantrips of his fiends are nothing compared to what he wields.
Is it true that His Majesty suffered injury? Oh, what will become of us in our kingdom now?
Is this the Steam version of Chrono Trigger? Yes, it is. Originally, despite Erica originally said to do the original. However, I had already purchased this game a while back and forgot about it. I was actually going through my Steam Steam list. I was like, oh, I already have it. But on top of that, I'm still working on getting a Super Nintendo refurbished and getting like a capture card so I can actually do more true Super Nintendo or whatever platform games.
Won't you do an old man a favor and trade it to me? I'll give you something in exchange.
I don't need your rubbish. All right, fine. I'll try trading to you.
Truly, you mean it? Yahoo! What a glorious day! Now then, just wait right here. No need to get impatient. It's unlocked. Feel free to take what's inside. And I'll be taking this bromide.
Well, I want the bromide back.
Don't tell Granny. My very own sweet Naga pet.
So tomorrow, I think I'm going to start working on my next video. Like I said, I'm going to start doing class build philosophy, since that kind of one between that and EXP and leveling, and then my other one was going into tinkering. That's another one I really want to do a video on. But it's all about the people wanting to learn, and I want to help people get familiar with Fabula Ultima in any way they can and not feel intimidated by the system. If there was a system not to be intimidated by, it's FU, in my opinion. You can play it in its, you know, basic form for a very long time, and then it's up to you if you want to add the complexities to it. To be fair, Steam version doesn't change much of anything. You're playing pure version. At least it doesn't have the nonsense from the DS version. Hey, Josh. Hey, how's it going, G-Helmet? How are you? Market. Welcome, what can I do for you? I think I already got feeding and water. Let's get some more mid potions again. I just made it past the bridge after destroying Zombor.
Elders' houses. The item I seek is the mythical rainbow gel. Here's some money to cover your expenses.
No spoilers, but what's all different other than adding one particular boss?
I'll be awaiting good news.
Toma says,
well then, now that this business is settled, I will go down and have a drink for the road. With the rainbow shell, we could make prismatic armor to guard against magic. Yet I worry I may have misplaced my trust in that young man. He claims to be a great explorer, but was I right to believe him?
fine. I'm working on to get my VTT setting game ready right now. I think I'm almost ready to try a game now. Been tweaking a lot of stuff and making sure I had everything on hand, like all the books and all that. Nice. Well, I hope it is fruitful in your progression.
Aegis commands 3 fearsome generals, Ozzy, Flea, and Slash. Best stay far away from the lot of them. There's not a drop of humanity to be found amongst them. They're fiends through and through.
Magus' keep sits on an island to the east. The sheer cliffs surrounding it makes it inaccessible.
This house belongs to Dorino's village elder. My, that's an unusual garb you wear. Are you outlanders? Did you come fleeing Magus' fiends too?
It's said only the ancient sword, the Masamune, can slay the Fiend Lord, and only the chosen hero of legend can wield the blade.
Wow, I just chopped that one up. Residence Market. Already been to this residence, I believe. Yep, that's where I got the magic capsule. Elder House is where I just came from. Dorino Inn.
Are the rumors true? Is the Fiend Lord's army truly closing in? Well, the mythical hero has appeared, so I'm sure we'll be all right.
A awful end game dungeon with tons of repetitive nonsense and a monster fighting arena that feels half-baked. The original game is so tight, and all the DS version managed to do is kill the pacing. G Helmut says, pretty sure it's going to be good. Sure, I still have a stress of me as the game master since it'll be my first real time doing the system. If you don't count the press start with my kids. Man, put more faith in your capability of navigating the game itself than worrying about Foundry. And you'll be fine. Have the core rulebook at the ready because there will be questions that, I mean, at least I shouldn't say that. I don't know how well you retain information, but even with the amount of times I've read the core rulebook, I second guess myself, so I always find myself quickly referring back to things every now and then.
Tales says legendary Masamune sleeps deep within the Denadoro Mountains, but they say a terrible beast rests there as well, guarding the blade.
Man, they know all about this.
Want to hear something interesting?
No.
The Denadoro Mountains to the east are filled with monsters called Oguns that wield huge hammers, but burn their weapons in their pussycats.
Okay.
Magus is trying to summon a terrible evil. If he succeeds, there will be no quarter for us. We'll all perish. That's why I mean to keep hiding in the bottom of this mug.
It is sometimes hard to determine if I'm talking to an adult or a child in this game. Not that I question that drinking age of maybe someone who looks 15.
Ah, hello. How have the days treated you? I've got some information for you. If you'd care to buy me a drink, sure. What say you? Can you spare 30G? Wow, that is a pricey drink. I retain 10%, give or take. I'm off with that, at least until it's completely engraved in my head. So 10 game plus pure. Hey, it is what it is. Now, like I said, at least with the core, I've said this multiple times. The core rule book is very intuitive, in my opinion, and it's usually pretty easy to find stuff. The index is very well color-coded, well labeled to find what you're looking for pretty quickly in most cases. Barkeep, another round.
You don't know me, but I'm the kind just to wing it. Rules go second when that's fine. And I think most of the time they, I won't say encourage it, but accept it. But there's some times I've winged it and I was like, man, the rule is right in front of me. Yeah, I agree. That's one of the first things I looked at was the index, and I was just like, this is so well developed.
Many people visit inns if you're searching for someone. Inns are a fine place to ask. By the way, did you know whirlwind energy will dissipate if it's hit with a wind slash? Nature has a way of balancing things out.
Whirlwind energy will dissipate if you hit with okay, good to know. I'm sure that will be retained for any reason.
Ray, the end of the world is at hand.
Biore, no. Sorry, just yelled at my dog. She's scratching at my door.
Greetings, this is the Dorino Inn. It'll cost you 50G for the night if you please.
I'm good.
Sure, I got my books on the side, but I also included them in the VTT journal. Should be easy to use, not only for me, but for the players. To be perfectly honest, I struggle using the Foundry references. It might be just a me thing. Like I said, there is times where I look at it and I just freeze and immediately go to my physical book. But I also, like I said, I sometimes think I have a bit of a learning disorder, so I kind of just freeze up when I'm trying to find stuff. Especially in I wouldn't use the word panic, but in a hurry.
Have you met the hero already?
Oh, nope. I meant to say.
Really? Oh, I wish I could catch a glimpse of him. I've butterflies in my stomach just to think of it.
Oh, wow. No, I haven't.
Oh, I haven't met him either. I wonder what the champion of the world looks like. I'm so thrilled to see. A great swordsmith long ago once forged a masterwork blade called something or other.
Mooney. Something or other Mooney. Well, I'm making that in Fabula Ultima. I'm making the something or other Mooney.
No one alive today has the skill to make a sword to rival it.
Not talking references. You can upload your PDFs in the journal. It has the quick list. I know. I just, but once again, I just, it's my navigation in a quick, it's a me thing. I just, when I sometimes use the journal, and it's not just Fabula Ultima, it's in D&D. Even if I'm writing my own journals and it's my own method, like I find myself overlapping and overlooking things that I know I should know exactly where it's at.
Fiona's Villa.
Oh, I just so you know, I did open my Discord, G-Home. I don't know if you've joined it yet. It's now on my YouTube URLs. I was talking to a guy last night, and I actually have some questions for Zenfire and Erica on this. With Foundry working on their Ember system, they just showcased, I guess, a couple of days ago, something they're adding in it called Vista, and it's like an interactive moving of like their I guess character models and stuff to make it look more immersive. It's actually kind of cool. I don't know if you guys saw any of that.
My husband Marco hasn't returned from the war, but we planted and tended these woods together, so I mean to do my best to protect them until the day he returns.
Those chests? Yeah. Teen method ether. It's empty. What kind of house do you run around here? Oh, come on. You got... That's just screaming there's a chocobo forest in here. Nonsense. Denadaro Mountains. Oh, I didn't realize. Look. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Zombor drained her of her MP. You know what? I will go ahead and rest at the inn. Is that supposed to be? I don't know. When I read that, it reminds me of Homestar Runner's Trapdoor. But yeah, the like I said, the game system for Foundry, I think, is, like I said, it's called Ember, and their little Vista thing, like it's really cool. Like they have an onboard like map builder, like for the scene and stuff, like plot placing. You can make whatever you want, and then they have like I'm assuming it's all obviously purchased, but it's all like silhouette designs of like characters and stuff, and like as you interact, they move around and like come closer to you, like they're talking to you and stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, the Burninator.
Was there no new showcase of Vista? It was announced over a year ago, and they buried it. Give me 1 second. I on my Discord, someone asked me about it, and I looked it up. Or maybe they put a link. Hold on 1 second. I was also showcasing Erica's boss fight on my forum as well. Oh, sorry, this was 1 year ago. My bad. So I misread that. I thought it was a recent video. So don't mind me. Just trying to make conversation about details that were already old news. It did look cool, though. Which boss fight? And I'm hoping this was yours. It was the one with the. You said I asked you about where you got the sprites and where you got the boss from. I think you said it was from Octopath. Maybe I'm just making that up, but it has like the like electrical core energy in the back, and like everything's like a purplish planetary look, Erica. Sinfire game. So I've made my own version of Vista, but it's heavily piggybacks of Bailey Wiki's scenescapes. Man, kudos to you. Like I remember. I mean, since I've been starting in Foundry, like I've never really subscribed to Bailey Wiki's investments. I'm not saying he doesn't do well or anything like that. Like he works very hard to do really cool things, but like I just always felt like it was an overinvestment that I didn't have time for, or like I didn't feel like anything he was showing made things any easier. I felt they made them more complex. Mass edit, my beloved. But I do want to specify that is purely out of my ignorance and not really trying very hard with anything on Bailey Wiki. So oh, we're going up to the mountain. I'm not a fan of Bailey Wiki stuff. Yeah, I'm like I said, I have never done enough to really make it where, you know, anything where I could really criticize it, but I know you obviously do a lot more of your own stuff that makes sense on to have your own personal criticisms of it. But I mean, I'm never going to dog on anyone who makes the effort to do stuff. It's just their presentation always seemed more cumbersome than anything, and it just never appealed to me to ever invest or involve my time with it. Ah! Is that our hero? Truth, he does make it complex. I simplified it. I wish I could release it publicly, but it's not my core work. I've only modified it for personal use to make some crazy thing. That makes sense, and it's respectable. I mean, I get it. Is this our hero?
This is a terrible place. You'd best run away while you can.
Yeah, I never want to go on on the record to act like I'm criticizing anyone who puts the effort they do in making Foundry somewhat more applicable or different, because I'm just a dum-dum that uses it for the pretty colors and ease of use on automation. But I've never, and it might be his presentation of his videos too. Like I never felt like it was very intuitive or interesting to stick around and learn exactly what he's trying to do. Okay, fine, we'll use magic. Why are some of these guys being lazy and bummy? Oh, never mind. Okay. I have a particular bone with mass edit and its rampant scope creep. Ow! Luca just took that right in the gut. Depends if you decide to randomly have something like Ember's Vistas in there for some reason. Excuse me. Channels are open scissors. Sorry, bear with me real quick, folks. I'm kind of pseudo on call, so I'm making sure everything's in order here. Man, these guys do not mess around. It's all good, man. I'm look, first off, I don't control the chat anyway. Sometimes, you know, like I talk out of my ass so much sometimes I'm not even paying attention to the game. So as long as you guys aren't, I always try to be engaging in stuff, but sometimes I'm just playing the game, so it's all good. I was actually was going to actually ask some of you, like, since you obviously put so much time into Foundry, is there anything even like close to being comparable to what Foundry does as far as a VTT? Like, obviously I saw, you know, Need Games and Fabula Ultima subscribing to being part of Alchemy, which I understand it's just much more of a mainstream, easy access type of platform, but I'm assuming much more limited than what Foundry provides. So I've used a few VTTs over the last 5-6 years, and just I don't see anything in Foundry that, like, I don't see anyone that sells me on any improved version of anything else over Foundry. Not really, no. Yeah, I mean, I understand some people just want a small, simple thing to have a platform and maybe a battle map, and I get it. But I just, Foundry has done so well, in my opinion. Like, of course, there's been growing pains, as, you know, people started to figure out how to get automations to work and all that. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I struggled with 5E's system a long time, from like 2020 to 2023, 2024, because so many mods were always kind of being dependent on each other to make everything free-flowing. The moments there was an update, that all went out the window. But I really think things have gotten a lot better. And of course, there's the in-purchase versions and stuff. Like when I did Abomination Vaults for Pathfinder 2E, I really loved what they did with that. Yeah, I mean, I don't. And there's the same thing as like when people were you saying I looked at Alchemy today, I didn't see anything good on first hand. Yeah, like, I mean, I'm not going to dog anything. Like, I want Fabula Ultima to get like some sort of, you know, get any notoriety that, you know, obviously is a monetized boon to Need Games and all that. But, and I mean, I just, even like people that still like glaze Roll20, I don't understand. Like, Roll20 is what I started on, then I found Foundry, and I was like, Foundry does everything Roll20 does almost innately with a one-time purchase that you normally have to pay monthly subscription for with Roll20, and I don't get it. That may have changed since, but Roll20 is fucking horrible. Yep, I agree. About the only time I ever use anything from it now is when I find some decent assets that I can, you know, bulk purchase for like $4 to import into Foundry. But other than that, I used to use Tabletop Simulator before. See, I never got into tabletop. Like, I know there's people that played other games and stuff on it, but I never really gave it a try. I remember I tried to use Divinity Original Sins 2's Game Master mode for my first D&D game, and that was a little rough. I appreciate what they tried to do, but it was far from a platform that was had any ease of use. And not to mention, you're limited to only 4 people being online at once. I tried TTS, but the interface just did not work for me. Such an AP and... oh, such a pain. I know I tried... what's the one that was on Steam? Fantasy Grounds? That one's okay. But I mean, I don't know if that was specific for D&D. Can't remember. I don't think so. I think it's for other games as well, but... oh, that's obnoxious. That light, beam of light. Sorry about that. Hopefully that goes away pretty quickly. I'm just gonna hold my hand up for a moment and hopefully the sun moves quick enough where that doesn't beam through. Ow. Divinity Sin 2 Dungeon Master mode was really hard to do. Yeah, it was hard. It was cool. It was innovative. And I was always curious if they were going to try that in Baldur's Gate 3, but with, I knew the attempts at whatever Project Sigil, or whatever, before it was even called that, and the big dumpster fire it is now, like, I imagine that they were like, no, don't build competition within competition, or competition within our own development. But by the sounds of it, with Sven and all of them over at Larian, they were far from feeling like they even had a completed game to begin with. Freeze frame. That's crazy, that beam of light. I must feel divine. I am excited for Divinity, the new one. Of course, that won't be out for like 5 years, but I'm glad to see they signed back on my second favorite composer, Borislav Slavov, for most of the music. There we go. It's a rainbow. Ow. Throw crap at me. So another random question back to Fabula Ultima. In all of you folks' experience in running your own games, what has been the, I mean, obviously if you're still running the games, there's obviously some optimism towards it, but what games were you guys coming out of before you came to Fabula Ultima? Was it all traditional D&D or Pathfinder or other systems, or and on top of that, once you got into Fabula Ultima, did your players and party become ultimately converted to it? Because the one biggest thing I am seeing more and more is obviously a gravitation away from at least D&D at this moment. And I'm just seeing a lot of people that I've played, I either run games for, or they have read games. You know, they put in long form campaigns and stuff, and they're just ready to just have easier rules light, a little more simple, short-term campaigns too. And I feel like there's a lot of game systems that have come out to kind of support that lately. I played a bunch of games over the years. I haven't converted a group to it, but tried. Started a Fabula game with my in-person group, but it didn't stick. It's interesting because, I mean, I don't know, like, for me, I don't know if I would have been able to, like, I remember we had this conversation before, Erica, where you were talking about how Emmanuel designed this game to be very in-person. But I really, like, that's why I love with Project F. As soon as I saw Project FU existed, like, this was exactly what I needed. Granted, all my games are online, but I feel like I just do a lot better in Fabula Ultima's system and just what it tries to achieve with the visuals of Foundry versus an in-person game. My party is still all stuck to 5e. Not that I have not tried. Managed to make them try DCC, Daggerheart, Break, MCC, America, PF2, but now they don't want to play anything other than. So there is a game. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not going to die. Just noticed Luca's. A game system I got a lot of books from Gen Con last year because I'd invested in some time is Mythcraft. If you kind of want a hybrid between 5e and Pathfinder, it's been pretty cool. I just haven't had a group to really dive in a full new system. Why isn't the Athenian water? There we go. Yeah, the visuals are huge, but ultimately unnecessary. Yeah, it's unnecessary, I know, but I think when you want to give that video game kind of feel, it's definitely a big help. D&D, mandatory fun time said me. D&D mainly, we are trying to complete Lost Mines module almost 3 years later. Scheduling has been such a nightmare. Preaching to the choir. I've been trying to get my Curse of Strahd game for like we were playing almost weekly, if not sometimes twice a week, a few times, and it's been on like a 3-week hiatus at the moment. Solandra says the most recent cities without numbers. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I don't die here. Now we move to Fabula Ultima. Everyone likes, but how open character customization is and how well it emulates JRPGs. I think that's the biggest thing. Is obviously people are fans of JRPGs. It's a lot easier to convert because you can find the quirkiness of pretty much any game that people like. LOL, I also have a Curse of Strahd game on pause because most of the players are in both. Same. Half my players are in my Curse of Strahd and my Fabula game, or Fabula Ultima game. Goodness gracious. But Mythcraft is definitely a game I want to give a little more time behind. I'm on their Discord, and they put a lot of good work into it. My friend who went and got some of the books for me while at Gen Con did try a run at it, and she said she wasn't overall impressed, not with so much the game, but the representation. Like they felt like the people were very gatekeepy and were not very catering to everyone. Which, you know, is personal, but like I hated that I put so much investment in a game system where my friends, who I really highly put my faith in their opinions, didn't feel very welcome at the gaming table there. But at the same time, you know, because a game might still be good even if the developers are not the best. But that's also why I always tout Fabula Ultima and Emmanuel, and because their notoriety of being pretty upstanding people. There's another game I did acquire not too long ago. Howitt Decker and Rook is the developers or publisher. Heart: The City Beneath. Helmet says, I have one of those Strahd games too. We're in the last chapter after years in and out. The moment it finishes, I'm opting because they brought Dungeon Dudes Drakenheim 5e and not the Daggerheart one. Kind of turned me off. I really wanted to take the Daggerheart one. Oh man, I want to play Heart. Hey, you know what? I'm all about trying, like, if I can find enough people to run it, like I've not even opened it up. Like I went into, like, you know, a really unhealthy stint of just buying books because I wanted to try something different than 5e or Pathfinder or anything. And I know that's not the same type of game. I haven't looked it up, but I've heard great things. And like I said, is it Rook, Howard, and Decker? I can't remember exactly, but they've put out pretty quality stuff. I love Eat the Reich. Can't remember what else they've put out off the top of my head. What I'm saying is, Erica, I know we all have our own obligations and stuff, but if you're ever interested, I can try maybe getting a game going sometime. I know that book's crazed feeling. I'll put it on my to-do list, at least have incentive to read something. I have written my own game in the meanwhile too, but after the first playtest I found out it had so much work to put in, and I kind of dropped out for now. I can share it with you if you want to take a... Yeah, sure, I'm always game to add stuff to my collection. I will say specifically, do not take it personally if I do not jump on reading it, because like I said, there is many books that I have spent good money on that I haven't even opened the creases of the pages.
Quiet. You'll ruin our ambush.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that coming.
Mountains are so nice.
Don't worry, no stress. I don't ask for more than just take it, enjoy it if you find good. If not, who cares? Let's use a shelter here, huh? Boom, 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 boom. That being said, I do have my Curse of Strahd game next Friday, which I'm happy to bring back. I gotta make my players a little sad and shake their heads in disdain. Ooh, got my shelter back. Ooh, that's some damage. Chrono learned Cleave, learned Cyclone Sweep dual tech. It was very fun playing Strahd, who messes with the characters often. So here's an interesting thing. I did not do that in my first game. Actually, I'm not even gonna count my first game as Curse Strahd. It went so far off the rails. Like, they joined Strahd and like Orcus started to try to take over. You know, it doesn't matter. I am running the Strahd Reloaded game that you can find just online and by Dragnacarta, and it is phenomenal. It has been so well done, really bringing a lot of the NPCs that just kind of existed in the original module and made them have so much more valuable role-playing meaning, and just you just feel like you're doing a lot more. And they've only talked to Strahd once, and of course it wasn't the most enjoyable experience, but it was enough to set a point of concern. Sent you the download link in private Discord. Great, thank you. Robo Tackle. Let's see what this is about. The thing I really liked about also with with the Dragnacarta Strahd Reloaded is he did a great job making some really nasty boss fights out of them. I'm not going to express any examples because I know at times my players sneak in here, poke their head in every now and then, so I don't want to give up anything, but it's been pretty great. It's not the complete book though. I had to finish putting the last 3 chapters in book form. Oh, okay, no worries. But in the long run, after this Curse of Strahd game, I'm probably saying hasta luego to 5e in its entirety, or D&D really, until any reason to ever consider coming back. But if you ever want to give Curse of Strahd another go from a different approach, I'd really recommend it. It's a lot of decent amount of reading, but it's so well done.
I'm the wind. Whoosh.
Hey, is that something Amuni?
Hey, don't go up there. Did you come to take it? The Masamune, I mean?
Yes. I have a feeling this is going to be a monster.
I thought so. Wait a second, all right? Oh, big brother, where are you, Masa?
Uh-oh.
What is it, Mune?
No, it's something, something, and something, Mooney. My bad. It's my first time. Sorry. Cut me some slack.
Not again. So, thought you'd make a name for yourself as hero by grabbing the Masamune, did you? What a buffoon. Humans are all the same, aren't they? It's how they use the sword that's important, not just that you have the strongest one. You can't even understand something as simple as that. Guess that proves you're human. What should we do? The usual, test them. Might as well give them a chance to entertain us for a while.
How dare you not know the children's names before they actually tell you? That's my downfall. Is always being unassuming. At least you found out about the monster part. That is true.
All right, here we go. Whoosh!
I have a feeling my standard attacks aren't going to do much, but we'll see. Oh, okay, not too bad. I'm assuming this is where they were talking about the wind thing or whatever, and then using wind slash or whatever. Ah, I don't like that one bit. How do I get through confusion on this? Do you hit them like in every other game? Yeah, looks like she's no longer confused. So as the internet and the world that is obviously listening in on all of our conversations does its best, I did have a moment earlier when I was on YouTube doing my doom scrolling, and I started to hear the world map music of Chrono Trigger, or one of them, and a individual made an entire pixelated design of Chrono using different color Famicom games, game cartridges. It was really cool. This attack is the combo Queen and Chrono use cross slash. Ah. Snap. Love the giggling on Chrono. Oh, what? Luca learned napalm. That's terrifying.
Muna. Hey, Masa. The ones that are pretty tough.
Or these ones are pretty.
No one's lasted this long since Cyrus. What should we do? We fight them for real, of course.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I was gonna say that was too easy.
All right, this is it. No more games. With Masa's bravery and Mune's brains.
Yeah, that's when it said napalm, I thought the same thing, Erica. Luca learned war crimes. Luca learned atomic bomb.
We're unstoppable.
Oh, whoa. Ugh.
I have a feeling my attacks are not going to be as impactful. Oh, okay. So this actually would be a good example, I think, in Fabula Ultima for a different phase monster as well. Not so much multi-part, but even though they represent totally different versions of what they originally were, but having phases of them would be a perfect example of this. Often when I read phase, I think like in comparison that I think of like the 4 phases of Kefka in Final Fantasy VI, but this is, yeah, absolutely a phase 2 conflict. And it's always when you're playing Fabula Ultima, it's not to be like, I was actually thinking about something you said the other day, Erica, when we were talking about the Fabula Ultima is not you said it's not a simple system. It's simple to learn, but hard to master. Being confident in designing monsters and stuff with like double phases and like just understanding the importance of Fabula points and Ultima points. There's so many things that go into the complexity of a design of a encounter. I wouldn't say you should ever be really intimidated by it, but be more just ready to adapt. But it does take finesse over time. And if, you build something that ends up just getting pancaked, move forward and learn from it. But like I said, I think there's just too many times when, someone rolls an opportunity and does something magnificent or really starts unloading their Fabula points. It's not something you can always predict or facilitate. Ow. I am out of mid potions again. Crap. And I gotta buy more of those. Man, that attack is really brutal. That counter's brutal. May not be good here. Crap. I was trying to go for the all-in. That was not smart of me. Man, game over. Man, there is a great disparity in the monsters you fight normally and then the bosses. I'm assuming something being the guardian of Masamune or being Masamune themselves incarnate would be a very difficult fight. But I don't even remember the last time where I stopped here. Oh, okay, cool. The save point wasn't too far away. It's active time. What's killing you is the time you talk with it. Yeah, I know. Which, whatever, is fine. Unless it gets to a point where it's boring you guys that I'm struggling. Am I even going the right way? Yeah, I am. It's that kind of game. Doing all those time using items takes a lot. Yeah. Well, at least the save spot I actually saved right beforehand, so I didn't have to re-enter the entire level. Excuse me. Sorry, I didn't mean to cough right in the mic. I know in some of the games with the ATB you can turn it off. I forget if it's one of them. I'm happy with the style of fight. It's just, like I said, sometimes I'm engaged in the conversation and not really paying attention because I'm cleaving through the rest of the stuff and thinking I can... I mean, lesson learned. The 2 times I've really died, all 3 times I've died have all been boss fights. And most of the time it's because I've not taken it as seriously as I probably should. I also noticed there isn't like a guard or defense option in this game, at least from what I could tell. I also know I'm in my own stinginess to not use Marl. Marl at least has an AoE heal that I could be really advantageous to having, but... Or at least using Chrono's, aura whirl. Oh, bummer. That sucks. That sucks really bad. I guess I leveled just enough to get the cleave and stuff before I went to the fight, and I didn't do that this time, so now I don't have it. That's kind of shitty. Actually, really kind of sucks. Oh, cool. I got it on the level up. Cool. Oh, didn't mean to do wind slash. Yeah, no worries. Glad to. Oh, you jerk. I really don't want to use Athenian water here because I know, yeah, I knew that was coming. Shit. Man, that counter's brutal. Especially when he does that afterwards. Get out of here. Brutal. All right, well, that happened. Let's see here. I did not take out Masamune. What did you have to say about, talk about Fabula? Can't believe I'm saying this. I miss Moral just for now. I need the AoE heal for that exact fight. Maybe I don't, but I feel dependent on it. I wanted to see, in your opinion, what is the list of things you absolutely need ready before we're starting a new FU campaign? See, and I'm seeing what Erica says, really, you got to interrupt the vacuum thing. I thought, like, when he was doing that... Is that what they're talking about? That's when you use the wind slash on it? Like, or whatever that dude was talking about in the... This is when he vacuums, just auto attack with the first. Okay, so it has to be an auto attack, because I felt like I was hitting him with the like cleave, and he was just, that wasn't really doing anything. Like, it wasn't like interrupting it. Okay, well noted. I wanted to see, in your opinion, what is the list of things you absolutely need ready before starting a new FU campaign. I mean, that's I don't want to say a loaded question because it depends on how you approach it. If you approach it by core rulebook, you want to be ready to make sure your players know what type of game system they're going into. If you're like from dead scratch and no one's in there, making them aware that they are importantly involved in this collaborative narrative first and foremost, and building the world together in that sense. Understanding the core rules, understanding attributes and Fabula points, and is another thing. After that, just kind of play it by ear. I mean, I know that's very dismissive, but I think most of the core rulebook is really easy to from a starting nature. It's pretty easy to start from scratch and move forward from it. It's just the more complexities you put into the game, the more time it takes to prep. Yeah, he was stopping and countering with a 60 damage air slash. Yeah, I saw when he was doing the countering. I said that was brutal, but like I felt like when I was hitting with the cleave, he was just like, yeah, whatever, and then just did the vacuum anyway. So I figured there was something, like, because he's sitting there so long doing it. I understand it's like I said in Fabula, it's like a charge attack. You could do that as a clock or something like that and give the opportunity to interrupt or whatever. But back to what I was saying, though, really understanding what your players are trying to do with their characters and making sure they have some sort of investment in the story and in the world is probably my very first start. Well, 61 is better than 150. Yeah. But I guess what I was saying is it looked like to me like I was hitting him in the gut and he was doing the counters, but like it wasn't like disrupting the AoE. He was still doing it in the long run. But then again, maybe I just wasn't paying attention correctly on that. All right, let's do this again. Okay, so that's what I was trying to say, wind slash, yeah, because the guy in the town was talking about that. I don't think you really need much mechanical as long as you understand attribute rolls and as long as you understand checks and understand how magic checks work, like understand how the checks work. Mechanically, that's really all you got to need. Like, I mean, are you going to have combat? Make sure you are that first session. Make sure your monster is at the ready. I mean, there's not too much to it. That's why I like Fabula Ultima, it being rules light. There's not a lot of prep you really need to do. I mean, feel free, anyone else that's ran stuff, to chime in. Like, I'm not trying to cop out on stuff. It's just, I don't think that's the point of the system in the rules light entry. As long as you're understanding the basic stuff, I mean, there's not too much you really have to prep for. Unless you just want to build a monster or have a complexity-based scene where you're working with clocks. And I wouldn't recommend putting clocks to a new group the first session anyway. Build up the complexities, I guess is what I'm saying. Definitely have a GM scene, whether it's NPC based or a villain. Introduce maybe a villain, understand them getting Fabula points for the first time. The press start does a really great job on showcasing that. talking clocks, I find it hard to think of something to clock into. Any ideas for more so a starter game clock? Man, there's so many things you can do with a clock. Like, and I'm not trying to say that to sound like condescending. It's, I mean, you can do it if, like, it depends on what you're planning on doing with your session. Is it going to be something where you're debating with like someone of the monarchy or hierarchy, if there is anything? Are they going to fall into a trap where, like, over time things are going to come down and, you know, basically defeat them, and they have to figure out ways to best it? And, you know, there's all kinds of things that you can do, and just use the clock as the moderator of the situation. I mean, in most cases, the clock is not going to be the victor; the players are. But if you want to build agency with them, clock's a great way to do it. It's like I said, it's just a matter of if you're going to do traps. Is it a debate between something that is going to really affect one of your characters or their, you know, their kingdom or whoever, how they're valued by it? If you haven't watched my clocks video, I'm not going to act like I break it down perfectly on everything, but I think I did a pretty great job with visuals and explaining, like, clocks can go in the favor really quickly if they roll high on their checks, because if you if I remember correctly, if you roll a certain check against the objective of the clock and they're successful, it's 1. But if they roll 3 points higher than the DC, they get 2 on the clock. And then if they do 6 points higher, it's like 2 more. So it's like 3 on the clock immediately. So a high roll can be in their favor very quickly, or they can roll really bad. But at the same time, that's why Fabula points exist, and they usually are in favor to help the players. I've watched it, but a lot of it just dropped. You remember 10%. Well, I don't I don't even know if I would do a clock the first time. I mean, if they're all brand new players that have not experienced the game, I wouldn't even worry about a clock, and I would let them make sure they understand how checks work and all that, and then build up from there. Also, if they can put +2 sections with an opportunity, yeah, absolutely. That was in my video as well. So it's on top of, yes, that's on top of what you succeed on too. So, you know, if the DC was, let's say 9, I would be a 10, and you rolled double 7s, you know, that's a 14. That's a success plus another, then another 2 from the opportunity. If you choose it, that can be 4 sections on the clock. There we go. Hey, wind slash. That's the setup I've been looking for ever since the freaking dudes talked in the city. I just didn't comprehend what he meant originally. I think I'll make small journal pages highlighting it. Yeah, I mean, whatever helps you reference them and stuff, like it takes time. I mean, it is an easy system, but when you're running it as the moderator, as the GM, it definitely has a little bit more time behind, or, you know, you got to put a little more effort into it. But at the same time, as long as your players understand they're part of a contribution of the succession of the game, like they're really there to help you as much as you are to help direct them. In most cases, they should be almost as aware of the rules as you are, because it's not a lot of rules to remember until you start adding the complexities. Make sure you get Chrono MP if needed. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I ran across that earlier when I was cleaving the hell out of him. And this fight's also another example of in the core rulebook when it talks about designing monsters to build monsters that kind of have not just routines they do things, it's things that test your player's skill set and sometimes might hinder them, but it's obviously not a like complete like negation of them, so to speak, but it's creations where they realize like you're saying, use the wind slash on this guy to intervene. Like make something like that. Like make a clock where if the clock goes up within like 2 or 3 rounds, that's gonna be really impactful and powerful. Make sure I can go in here. But if like a certain hey, look at that. If the they do a certain ability, maybe it increases the clock being pushed back and mitigates it or negates it. My bomb monster has a clock setting that's kind of an interrupt possible. Cool. Yep, there you go. Oh, good. Learn napalm again.
They beat us, Masa. That was fun. Do you think they'll fix us? Will they find our proper owner? Yes, it'll be all right.
I guess it would have been, it'll be all right, is the way they actually said it. Or just go for broke and have a clock that when it fills, drops everyone to 1 HP and also fills one section automatically everywhere. Yeah, there you go. No one said you had to be nice. You just... That's brutal. The sword is the legendary Masamune. Its appearance would indicate that a great deal of time has passed since it was broken. Obtained the broken Masamune. Man, I had to get my ass handed to me for a broken piece of equipment.
Allow me. We'll ride the wind to the base of the mountain.
You do not, in fact, have to be nice. Yeah, being supportive of the adventurers does not mean you have to be nice on the way as far as their challenges. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, let's save. And then let's go to the inn, and then save again. I get worried sometimes when I share boss stat blocks on Discord because I'm a bit mean to my players and someone else just using them as is probably going to be a bad time. That broken piece of equipment is Glenn's best foot. Good to know. That's what I say. It's like when I'm doing my monsters on my videos, like I'm never like I keep talking about how I'm going to put them against my players to see if they even pay attention to my videos. Most of them don't, which it's fine. But I am 100% going to use horticulture against them and abuse the shit out of them come soon. And I'm hoping at least one person... I know one person has watched the video to a certain extent and know what they're capable of. What am I doing here? Okay. We got the Masamune. Are we still looking for the hero? We can go to the market again and buy some stuff. Cursed Woods, okay. Man, there's a lot of opportunity. Well, there's all kinds of places to go to here. There's a lot of elder. I've noticed there's a lot of elders in this game. Well, that's just disappointing. I could have just gone south and paid 30G less to rest.
I can't believe that naughty little urchin Tata is the legendary hero.
Oh, we meet again. Say you buy me a drink. Cheers to your safety and success. I tracked down the rainbow shell that the Dorino Elder hired me to find. It's on a small island, it seems. But there's the rub. I don't know which one. The money he fronted me is all gone, too. Oh, what should I do?
Just, I guess, drink away your woes.
I cannot believe the legendary hero is a boy from this very village. Have you heard the latest?
No, I have not.
Well, then let me be the one to tell you. The legendary hero is from our own village.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Proprietress.
Tata came home, it seems, and here was so peaceful in the village without him. But I'm glad he's all right. I'd almost started to miss him, and he caused a lot of worry.
A strange monster came here drinking not long past, mumbling about Green Queen Lean and this Masamune that. Sure was an ugly frogman.
Hey, don't talk down to my frog friend.
Have you heard about the magic cave? The one east of Denodaro Mountains. I saw a sheer rock wall there, part like a castle gate, and then a host of fiends strolled right in. Just leave Magus and his cronies to their own devices, though, lest you want trouble.
Rumors. Ta-ta. Hey, little guy.
Forgive me, truth be told, I plucked this badge from the floor of the tavern. Some besotted froggish fellow dropped it as he stumbled out. I thought to sell it, see, but then everyone started calling me the hero when they saw it. And well, I didn't know what to do but go along with it.
Oh.
But it's too much for me, this hero business, and I've had enough. Here, you can have the badge.
Tata's father.
Oh, what was I thinking? I knew it'd turn out to be something like this. I'd have seen it sooner.
Okay.
Listen to him. And who does he think he was going around bragging to everyone he raised the hero?
Oh, letting myself get all swept up when I should have just been looking out for my boy. Well, from now on, I'll make sure both of our feet stay on the ground for his dear departed mom's sake.
All right, let's see what another elder has to say. Oh, okay. I started hearing a weird noise, and I was like, "What is that?" It's the other room. I thought like wind or like a storm was coming. I was like, "It is way too hot for a storm."
Oh, that Tata, always stirring up trouble. But how could a person be wroth at the innocent little face?
Did he just give you the hero medal? Missed the prompt. It said the badge. He didn't say what it was. He's like, "Here's the badge."
Village Elder. A place known as the Magic Cave lies east of the Donodoro Mountains. That place sends chills down a grown man's spine. The boxes beside the bed have been handed down through this family for generations. I've not the slightest inkling what's within. I need a way to open them and contents are yours.
Okay.
I only had some spiced jerky. What a wondrous meal I could make.
I know where I can get some. I don't know if he'll give me some.
Oh, yes. I forgot about the one who planted things in the woods. Market, residence, Dorino Inn. So there's the Magic Cave to the east of the door. The whatever, Dorito Mountains. The Denadaro Mountains. And then there's the Cursed Forest, or whatever, to the east. Oh, there's the Magic Cave. Let's see what happens when I go here. Probably nothing, but... Yep, that's what I thought. I'm sure I need something or someone. That's the inn. I've already been there. Market. Did I already go here? Ooh, no, I didn't. Some golden armor. Yeah. No, I was going to say one more thing, though. I think my biggest advice is if you have not ran much of Fabula Ultima, don't overthink it. Like, go with the flow, go with the players having fun, even if they're just being silly. Like, the game, you want to make sure the game progresses in the right way. But it's all based on your characters, or it's not sorry, characters, your players' choice of pace. Just be a mediator of making sure everyone's having fun, but of course you don't want it to be like 3 sessions where you're doing long role play all the time and they're just gaining the XP, not really doing anything other than that. But in the long run, yeah, you just make sure to, if things get a little too long-winded in the role play and it's not really moving forward, push it forward a bit. But also just keep in mind, players have the ability to add new things with Fabula points, NPCs that could, you kind of have to be at the ready to improv out. Of course, they don't always, you have to agree with what the base of it is. And always remember, you cannot use Fabula points to create anything mechanical. And on top of that, you cannot use Fabula points to negate already truths that are already in the game. Those are the biggest points on Fabula points. Yeah, those 2 I learned, it felt more important. Yep. Just gotta go. I mean, it's really I don't want to use the word trial and error. It's a trial by experience. That's it. Because the one thing you're going to find, as I've talked about multiple times, and even what in the tutorial documentation Azure LOL put out. You know, people have gotten into bad habits from games like 5e, and there's going to be a lot of times where people are going to, if they're new to the game, they're going to always ask, like, can we do this? Do we see this? What can we see? And they need to just become a little more conditioned on letting them put on the table what might be an experience. Like if someone asks, you know, do we see anything in the inn of like, you know, to drink or anything like that, instead of like going, oh, do an investigation check, you, don't be afraid to turn and go, well, tell me, what do you think this place is like? You know, it really helps you out in your GMing by letting the players kind of come along and kind of help narrate stuff too. But also don't be afraid to put in your, you know, if you're confident in the improv at the moment, don't be afraid to put in your 2 points or add on to what they said. Do you want to see this? Yeah, I mean, you could. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, I'll often they'll go, well, do we see this or can this? And I go, for a Fabula point, you could. And you know, you want to obviously inspire them to use Fabula points because that's an accelerator on them getting EXP. My biggest thing is teaching them how to use Fabula points for narrative progression at times, but not always just having an answer to the way. Like, you know, if, you know, there's magical runes that need to be, you know, read by something and you don't really have anyone's proficient, they don't just spend a Fabula point and immediately come up with some magical magnifying glass that reads it. Like, you want to create stuff that more is a development of the story to maybe turn into a small adventure or exploration to find that. Like if they say there is a magical magnifying glass that'll do anything to read the runes, it's not right there. It might be somewhere around and exploring, and maybe they have to do something to achieve it. Yes, kind of give them the answer to let them understand that they can do it. Who's there? I had a feeling it was Frog. Ah, Chrono, what brings you here? Come practice your sword play. I'm surprised you found this place. That badge, is that? I see. So you met the lad. But there's not a thing I can do against the Fiend Lord. To fight him would require the legendary Masamune, which is... no, it matters little. Even I had the blade. I have no right to wield it. Please leave me be. Okay, what? Oh.
A broken sword hilt? This is part of the Masamune!
Something's written in the archaic script. I will attempt to decipher it. Roihclem. Right, Clem? Guess you'll have to get it fixed. It's never easy. I reversed the order. It says Melchior.
Melchior? That guy from Medina? No, it couldn't be.
Oh, all right. Well, that's, I guess, yeah, that guy was in Medina. Yeah, that's right. There are none alive who could mend the Masamune. Don't worry, buddy. We'll be back. I didn't think so. Salander said, I had a few players who just used their Fabula points to alter the story for the first time. Make sure I'm in good condition here to... One player wanted to ensure the weather was going to be clear because they had to get back to the city ASAP. Yeah, why not? That's a narrative. Unless you make it, no, at least from my point of view. Because you say you're not negating truths, unless you put it in the story of saying that they're in a land where the storms are brutal, and at this point there is no contesting the weather's change, like making it a definitive thing. Why not let them do that Fabula point to change the weather, or you know, make the weather more favorable? You know, that's the design and point of it. Or if you want to make it a little more complex, that you know, even though it's not negating the truth, that there may be something close by that would be able to manipulate the weather through with the right means, you know, stuff like that. It's all in your creativity. Mandatory fin. I loved Frog's story. I'm very intrigued to see how that develops. Everyone that I know seems to be a very, very, very big fan of Frog/Glenn. So I'm very interested to see how that develops. I say one of the arcanas my arcanist just got is the Sky one, and one of the abilities upon merging allows them to see the weather the next 2 days, which is very handy to know in travel. So I'm guessing go back to Melchior in Medina 1000. Exactly. They basically had 2 days, so they were hoping to get there with plenty of time. But the first day was a huge storm, so they didn't want to risk it again for the second day. Makes perfect sense. Always got to have an ambush. I should replay Chrono Trigger. And then do the time travel, and then do a time travel Fabula game. Hey, power to you if you want, man. But time travel is something I've always been a little intimidated in putting into games, because I feel like it's so easy to convolute, and I'm not criticizing your desire to do it. I just, like, I've even seen movies, you know, that are supposed to be well directed, well written movies. I feel start having fallacies to it because it just overlaps wrong. All right, Robo. I'm gonna give Marla a little bit of a chance. You're out of timeout purgatory for your fat shaming and gaslighting me. Hey, proud. I praised you to do so. I'm glad you're confident in that. It's just like every time I see timeline stuff, like it makes me think of this is aging myself, and I don't know if I know this whole game, most of you guys are probably in the same time frame I am, but the Bill and Ted movies where they're just like, just remember to put your keys over here, and then they're like, hell yeah, I found them right here. Like, just like how ridiculous you want to get with time travel as far as the accomplishments of the game. Let's equip Marl. I'm sure I got some stuff for her. Maybe, yeah, she could definitely use some. I love Bill and Ted. I love both those. I love actually all three of the movies. It's just like the second one just shows like how ridiculous they try to just jump the wall of continuity with time, and it's just so ridiculous. Grants 50% counter. Okay. What's okay. All right, what are we? Okay, for those people that are probably much better optimizers than I am, when I have a power glove that's +2 strength, what is more worthwhile? With the Berserker ring that says boost attack defense, cannot control wearer, but well, I don't know if I want that in Chrono's situation, or the Rage Band where it like says grants 50% counter attack rate. Like, what is the trade-off? Like, how much am I losing for 2 points of strength? I'm gonna give it a go just to see, but no, I meant to say no, not yes. Dino. On Chrono, the best would be more crit, but you don't have that yet. Gotcha. I mean, that makes sense. I just meant in this moment of like trade-off, like, am I losing much if I take away that 2 strength right now? I forgot. Melchior was further south, if I'm mistaken. Yeah. Look at that. I'm starting to remember things.
Oh, you're back again. Come see my this sword. It's the Masamune. How did you get this?
Why would your name be engraved on that sword?
That is a very long story. But that is the story you came to hear, is it not?
Of course, tell us about the Masamune. Can you reforge it?
I could, were it possible for us to get our hands on some of the dreamstone from which the sword was made.
Dreamstone? Where can we get that?
Long story. Oh, good. It's nowhere to be found anymore. It was a glittering redstone once valued even more than gold. Unfortunately, that was a long ago. Longer even than you could imagine. Oh. Well, let's just say I doubt you'll ever find any, but if you should, I'll be more than happy to repair the Masamune. Keep it with you until then. So would you like to buy anything? Yes. I think I'm good on everything, though. Man, had this whole exciting thing, beat up a guy to get the pieces, found the pieces, and then that guy is like, sorry, don't got nothing to help you. Ouch. Long ago in a time, really, I'm assuming probably in the 65 million BC time frame. There's the dinosaurs? Where did I go from here? Not the Elder's house, right? No. It's the residence. Go to the BC. But yeah, Erica, you have my full support in you putting your effort into a time-based Fabula Ultima game.
Those things, they're all green and scaly. What are those?
There's a counterattack. Obtain Petal. Learned Intopid Bomb. Learned Ice Sword dual check. Oh wow, more coming.
We're outnumbered. What should we do, Chrono?
Uh-oh. Whoa. She looks very excited. Huh? Pretty sure that was our first cinematic.
Goodness, she's so tough. Who is that? Uh-oh, they're coming our way. What do you want? Ah.
And now we see why I kind of don't like the cutscenes, because whatever happens in the cutscenes still just happens in engine right after. Got it.
Chrono!
You strong. What name? Chrono name. Good name. Me name. Me, Ayla. Ayla like strong man. So Ayla like Chrono.
Get away from her, Chrono. Looks like someone's got a new friend.
Snoo snoo. You strong too. Ayla likes strong person. Man, woman both like.
Oh dear. I'm not.
Chrono, where from?
How can we explain? We're from way after the day after tomorrow.
Ha ha ha, you funny. Ayla like funny person.
It's no use.
You come village, talk and eat, dance, drink. Fun.
We'd love to go, but we're looking for some dreamstone right now.
Stone? Stone everywhere. Here, there, village. Ayla give you many, many stone.
Yoko village this way.
Follow Ayla. All right, bear with me, folks. I gotta pause just real quick. All right, folks, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's see here. Bela. All right, noted. Alrighty. Doing the voice of Ayla, or just the approach being like primitive. I hate doing primitive character voices because it's been embedded in my brain forever. I don't know if anyone ever watched the cartoon Aqua Teen Hunger Force. It used to be on Adult Swim a long time ago. But there's this one episode where there's this caveman and he gets some orb of enlightenment and starts, like, he still talks like caveman, but he's talking smarter. And anytime I see anyone being like, Ayla likes this, like strongman, all I can think of is the Oog character. His name's Oog, and he's going, Oog tried to make wheel out of dinosaur brain because Oog not very smart. What did I just pick up? This kind of sounds like Tom Jones. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. Oh man, so since we've always talked, these are like Squaresoft games, and did anyone ever? I showed this to my friend who's in my Fabula game and my D&D game. Has anyone ever played the Enix game before? I'm assuming it was before the merger of Squaresoft and Enix. EVO, the crap, I can't. The something to Eden. It was for the Super Nintendo, and you started off as a fish, and it was all about evolving. It was kind of platformer-ish with like RPG elements where you kept eating things and evolving the version of your not monster, sorry, whatever you were in that era. And you went from like fish to amphibian to dinosaur to mammal, and you could choose during the Ice Age if you're going to try to maintain being. I love that game. That game is so good. The great song soundtrack. It cracks me up. I get an affirmative yes from everyone, and I've yet to meet anyone else since it's ever played that game. Yes, The Search of Eden. I love that game. I absolutely love the soundtrack in that game too. These dinosaurs kind of remind me a little bit like the ones when you bite them, they start panicking and screaming in the air, and it does sonic damage to you. Goodness gracious, these guys get resilient. I never beat it. I think I kept dying at the dinos. I always got to the last boss, and I could never beat it as a mammal, which then you can evolve it. You can stay as a mammal, like a four-legged mammal, or you can evolve to humankind. I was like, screw this. I'm going to maintain being a flying dinosaur, and that's the only way I could maintain beating it. But I also just watched a walkthrough and saw that if you saved like certain things, like save names of your evolutions and stuff, you could actually re-evolve into it to get hit points back and stuff temporarily. And I was like, man, I never knew that. Oh, let's get me some hit points here. Seriously, Tom Jones. You were talking that something before the Ayla, the theme was reminding you of something. What do you think of Robo's theme? I'm going to be perfectly honest, I'm not remembering it off the top of my head. Yeah, I can hear it, which makes me think of Mars Attacks. I love that movie. That's a movie. The same friend I was talking about. We watch a lot of movies and stuff, and I think I've told her that we need to watch Mars Attacks because she hadn't seen it. But that's a great movie. Going back to what you're saying, G Helmet. I honestly do not remember Robo's theme at the top of my head. I can already tell you this. This is going to be. I listen to a lot of music when I work and stuff. This will definitely be added to my circulation, but I also didn't want to start listening to anything yet because I didn't want to hear any music that was a revelation of character or anything. Like, I didn't want any spoilers just from music, so I've been trying to avoid it. But I promise you, this entire soundtrack will be embedded in my brain with the masses of many other great ones. Ayla says, Chrono, slow.
Yoka Village this way. Follow Ayla.
Oh, this is a very broad follow. Looks like the primitive dancers at the fair. Reptile scales, cold blood, hard to beat. You reptile friend? I beat you up. Drink happy water. Drink feel good, yes. It's cause most of the theme tunes from Chrono Trigger's characters are ripped off classic songs, Robo being the more obvious. I see. Turns out dancers were period accurate. Yeah, hey, at least they're staying good to their historical studies, I guess, right?
You wear funny skins.
You want to see pretty stone? Redstone, Chief has.
Chief Hut, north of village. Lightning stunned dinosaur, you know.
Okay, no, but that's good to know.
Go hunt hunting range. Get petal, fang, horn, feather. I know I've got petal. Win rain, rare monster come out. Rare one, good hunt.
Okay. Let's remember that again. Petal, fang, horn, feather. Okay. This trade house, you bring things. Trade for new things. Trade your shiny stone. I'm actually pretty good on everything.
You strange, have good stuff?
No, Chief no say okay. No can trade.
Good, Chrono come. Night soon. Finish ready for party.
I feel like I'm doing a bad Christopher Walken impression.
Chrono, this way. Listen, Ayla, we make new friend. Strong man, Chrono. Chrono friend, Marl, Luca.
Ooga! That made me think of Zombie Ate My Neighbors.
Ayla, now, dance Babonga.
Gotta do it right.
Chrono, eat, drink, dance, sing.
Good music. We want passed down many generation. You did a great job. It's almost dead accurate from the fair. Good music.
Ooga booga moonga meeple, dance with wind people. Ooga booga moonga meeple, dance with mountain people. Ooga booga moonga might, sing, sing, dance all night. Ooga booga moonga meeple, dance with wind people. Ooga booga moonga meeple, dance with mountain people. Okay. Kino. You naughty Oka person. Why Ayla give party? Strange. Someone's jealous.
Oh, should I or shouldn't I?
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Chrono, let's have fun. No, every time we get in fun, you cause a problem, and then I have to answer for it. Where's Robo at? Oh wait, the Robo's in time purgatory. Does I go to the buffet here, or? Chrono, try drink. This only special time drink. Good drink. Name Skull Smash. Next day, Skull feel like smash. Yoka village fight reptile. Leader named Azala. Azala very smart. All in Yoka village fight. No fight person go to Laruba village. Always run from reptite. Always hide. Not nowhere village. Azala want to destroy Yoka, Laruba both. But Ayla no lose. Only when Ayla dead. Stop fight. No more talk that. Today meet Chrono. Good day. Eat, drink, dance, sing. I had snoo. Hey, Chrono, you got to try some of this. Okay. What's that? You're a man or a moose? Drink it, what go? Damn. Brett. This is wonderful, isn't it, Chrono? I think I'll dance too. I don't want to get too hammered. What? My cup is not good enough for you? Come on, drink up. Okay. I give in to peer pressure very quickly. What's that? I've already done this. Do I get more hammered if I just keep doing it? Chrono, red rock look for. This rock? Wow, that's a big red rock. Rare red rock. Have rock. Mean strong person. Ayla most strong Ioka village. So Ayla rock. Chrono want? Chrono challenge Ayla. Win? Ayla give. Chrono challenge Ayla? I have a feeling I'm gonna regret this. But sure. Ayla go. Get more skull smash. Ayla party now, so drink. Chrono and Ayla have battle. Who drink more? Oh no. Oh, man, that's... I'm good at smashing buttons, but at the same time, my core from my recovery is not at the best right now, so we'll see how well I do. No more Chrono. Ayla lose. Give rock. Yeah, man, I've put many... in many cases, I'm faster than the turbo on controllers because of all of the what was it? The Nintendo. Oh, man, the Nintendo like track and field and like all this stuff. Yeah, I know. But it was for victory.
Chrono drink good. Drink one more. To strong Chrono. Pour.
Skull smash.
My head. I did well last night? Liar. Oh, but why does my head hurt like this? Morning, Chrono. Wasn't last night fun?
No, go back to bed, Marl.
Hey, where did these footprints come from? It's gone! The gate key's gone! The thief must have left these prints! Without the key, we're stuck here forever! This is bad. We have to go see Ayla.
Snort. Snort. Snort.
Oh, Chrono early wake. Ugh.
I've never had Robo here. I wonder what he'd be saying. Yeah, I was kind of wondering too.
Too much skull smash. Sorry to wake you, but someone stole something important to us while we were asleep.
What?
Stole? Must be Reptite.
Brr.
Chrono go with Ayla. We find bad Reptite. Who else come?
I'm gonna take our Robo back. I have not been very satisfied with Marl. As long as I don't need ice.
Maybe village person see. We go ask. Chrono come.
Alright, let's see what she's all about here. Fist. Okay. Should I give her the Berserker ring? You only need thunder. Okay. Oh, yep. We already talked to these people. They already told you main element you'll need here. They already told me the element I need here. When did they do that? I may have overlooked that. Oh wow, this power scarf's pretty damn good.
Measy reptites come from meeting grounds. Go south, forest maze.
Where Kino? No see all day.
Forest maze, scary place. Many monsters, many paths. Chief, be careful.
Reptite strong. Chief, take this. Ooh, 4 potions. Thank you. Reptite leave footprint when run. Follow print. Find lair. Drink happy water? Yes, let's drink more happy water. And that's another thing in Fabula Ultima. If you do a travel scene and you run a discovery, don't be afraid to just all of a sudden have a primitive group of villagers that offer them happy water and replenish their conditions. Just random piece of advice.
Kino, what you do? Say now.
Kino sorry, Ayla. Kino take Chrono stuff.
Why take?
Kino like Ayla best. Ayla say like Chrono. Kino mad.
Madam Ayla, violence is never the best solution. Kino know why Ayla hit. Ayla no like Kino. No, Ayla like Kino best. So Ayla no want Kino do bad thing. Bad thing not good. Everyone wants some happy water. It's better than Skull Smash and the perfect cure for it. Absolutely. Ayla. Kino sorry, Ayla. Kino sorry, Chrono. Give thing back, Chrono. No have. Reptites take. Reptite? Where Reptite go? Run trees there. Ayla go. Kino go back to village. Ayla gone. Kino protect Ioka. Okay, Ayla. Kino man. Ayla die. Ayla have baby. Then Kino chief. Then Kino chief. Madam Ayla, my apologies for implying you may have been out of control. Follow Reptite. Get Chrono thing. You know, actually, I think this might be a good stopping point for me, because I was planning on stopping about 9 o'clock, putting almost 3 hours in on the stream tonight. And I think we're about to just get started on something new, considering they said it's a maze full of monsters. So I'm actually going to do something before I just call it. It's I know you've been pretty much asking as we go, but does anyone have any questions about Fabula Ultima or any comments going forth or anything like that before I end the stream? I'm back. You're going to be playing a while still. I'm literally just announcing I'm stopping for the night, actually. I don't know how delayed this is. I think it's like 30-second delay from when you guys post versus what I put on. I intend to probably play longer streams on Saturdays and stuff once I'm still in recovery from my surgery I had last week, so I'm getting tired quickly on stuff, so I'm trying not to do anything over 2.5, 3 hours. Fun stream. I hope you have a great night. You too, mandatory fun time. And as Helmet just said, feel free to join my Discord. I mean, there's still plenty of already great Fabula Ultima Discords, but if anyone's just on here wanting to chit-chat on their contributions to Fabula Ultima or ask questions from my point or just talk randomly about game stuff like we did on the stream, I'm always happy to talk about it. So I'm trying to cater it to multiple options and avenues, but I'd love to have you guys on if you ever want to join it. Solander, comment, my players just beat their first villain night. Oh, so they actually defeated the villain. Like, they didn't run away? I'm going to sit here for a moment and see if you respond to that, Solandra. You did just say have a good night, but like I said, that's the bummer about this being about 30-second delay. Took him out for good. Awesome. I'll have to ask you more about that the next time we cross paths. For like I said, if you're ever interested, feel free to bring my Discord. Welcome you aboard, and we can chit chat in that element too. So, all of you have a good night, and thank you very much for following me through this adventure and continuing to discuss Fabula Ultima. I've really enjoyed the small group here that has continued to have a little bit of growth to it, and I love seeing new people come in here and have a little intrigue as well. So. I will see you soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a midweek stream this week yet. I've still got some work stuff I'm having to figure out. I might be traveling for work this week as well. So, but I'll update soon. So you folks have a good rest of your evening.